Hello, Internet world, and welcome to another wonderful and exciting episode of your favorite podcast, Tech Pop Boom, starring your favorite hosts with the mosts, Scott and Brandon. I'm Scott.
And I'm Brandon.
Hey, before we start the show, we want to get all this stuff out of the way. Check us out at our website, techpopboom.com. Go to Facebook and do a search for the show, Tech Pop Boom. Anything we talk about on the show, we'll post on the page, and a lot of other stuff. I should say Brandon posts a lot of stuff on there. I do, and I can remember to do so, but please check out our Facebook page. Go to Google Plus, where I'm there to do a search for Tech Pop Boom on Google Plus. Go to Yahoo. If you go to Yahoo, look us up while you're there. Hit the subscribe button, and then every time we do an episode, it'll show up, and you can watch it, listen to it, live it, love it, breathe it. And besides that, the most important, please, go to iTunes. Hit the subscribe button. Every time a new episode is available, it'll automatically appear. You don't have to do anything. It'll just pop in right on your mobile device or whatever device you have, and you can listen to us. You can love, laugh, cry, enjoy. So, without any further ado, I'm sure Brandon has something to say. Brandon, what's going on, dude?
Hey, what's up, man? Okay, well, these are the shows that I've watched. Now, I didn't realize I had watched a lot of shows over this 2-week period.
Which is why we have a podcast.
Is why we have a podcast, but I was doing our show notes, and I was like, what the hell? I started to, there's a couple of new ones I found. Found Assertion. I don't know if you
I have no idea what that is. What is that on? Is that a Netflix show?
Well, it is on Sci-Fi, but it was on Netflix.
Oh, that's why.
And it was on Netflix too, though, and that's how I found it because I don't have Sci-Fi Channel because I'm one of those cord cutters. So I mean, Assertion was about this. I'm just gonna say it in my own words, okay? But okay, what Assertion is about this this girl that gets killed. And then you find out that they're going onto this mission to populate this world, and they were launched in like about the 60s, and so they're on this world that takes maybe like 200 years to get there, and so they're the descendants of the people who launched this mission.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So
that sounds neat.
You gotta watch the show, Scott, because it is not what it seems to be. What do I mean by that is that it's not about that mission. So I'm just gonna keep it at that because
how many episodes is it?
I think it's about it was about 6, 7.
Are they hour-long episodes or half-hour episodes?
They're hour-long episodes.
Well, it's not bad. 6 episodes. I can do that. That's
trust me, I think it's 6. I'm not sure. I think it's about 6, or maybe it's a little more. Maybe it's 8. I know it's not like 12 or something, but I'm telling you, what I just told you is not what it's about. It starts out like that. I will give you that. Is that they're on a mission on their way to go to this planet that's like millions and millions and millions of well, not millions, but light years away, and to see if they can repopulate. But that's not what it's about. You will love it. Okay. I'm telling you this. Okay, you thought Ex Machina I would like, which I did. You will like this one. Okay. All
right, I'll check it out.
Okay, so you think it's science fiction? Yes. Yeah. Ascension. You'll think it's science fiction, but it's really not really science fiction.
All right. It's a bit of a twist. All right,
it's a twist. It is a twist.
Ascension on Netflix. Okay, cool.
It's on Netflix. You can watch it. I will send you the link if you. In fact, I'll just post it on Facebook so you can look at it. What it's about. Okay. So then I watched this other one on Netflix that kept on coming up. You know how Netflix has where it tells you the shows you think that you would like, and they give you say okay. So this comes up. This comes up. Scrotal Recall comes up all the time, and it's about this guy who finds out he has an STD and he has to tell his girlfriends, his exes.
I started watching this, but this is one of those British shows, isn't it?
It was a British show. Yes.
Yeah, I started watching this, but I kind of lost interest. But go ahead.
Okay. So I watched this, and I thought this was very interesting, and I liked how it ended. I just gotta say, it's one of those endings where you're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes. So I think you should continue watching it.
Okay, maybe I will. Maybe I'll continue that one too, because I had heard good things about that one. So maybe I just didn't give it enough of a shot.
So then I got this other show that comes on CBS, but it's also on Amazon. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's I never could say it. Extant, right? Am I saying that right?
EXTANT, Extent. I believe that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Extent. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this I watched in season 1, and a lot of people didn't like it and everything. But another show I lost interest on. I started watching it, and it seemed to be moving slow. I liked the idea, but for whatever reason, it must have just been moving too slow. And Halle Berry's in it, and I like Halle Berry. Yeah.
And the guy who plays her husband, he was good.
Yeah.
But I think it was just moving too slow. I kind of liked where it was going. It was just taking too long to get there. So I thought, that's too much other stuff on TV.
You just don't want to watch it? Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize it was on season 2.
Oh, it's on season 2. Yes, it just started.
I did not know that.
What, you thought it was canceled?
No, I stopped watching it, and it kind of fell out of my brain, and I didn't even think about it. So I just read your show notes just now.
Yes, season 2.
Yeah.
Yes. This is my type of science fiction. This is why I like this show. The way that it's not too far in science fiction land, but it's not too, into reality. It's almost like it would be real if it happened like maybe 25, 30 years ago. The way the phones are, the way the computers are,
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Star Trek where, they're put little tapes in there.
Explain the premise. I don't know if you explained the premise.
Oh, okay. The premise is that she goes on a mission, a 13-month mission, and she finds out that she's pregnant.
After the mission. But she went on a mission
solo by herself.
She was on a mission alone.
Yeah, alone.
And it only takes 9 months to make a baby. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. But she was on it for 13 months.
So she must have bought a turkey baster and a couple of good magazines with her.
Yes, I know.
Because she got pregnant.
Yeah.
And I never got to the point to figure out how the heck she got pregnant.
Okay, well, that's very interesting.
Yeah, but at any rate, so that's Extent.
Yes. But I like that show. Okay, why did you lose interest? I'm just curious of that. I know you said it goes slow.
And I'll tell you what, if you remember correctly, I'm the one who told you about this show.
Yes.
When it first came out. Because when this show came out, I believe it came out on Amazon. It was premiered on Amazon, a new episode each week, I think, as it appeared on CBS?
Which they're still doing.
So so
they're still doing
a new episode would be on CBS, and you could watch it at the same time on Amazon. So I had started watching it that way. It was week to week. If they had them all in one shot, I may have gone through with it, but it wasn't. It was a week to week thing, and again, I lost interest. The reason why I liked kind of, like I say, where it was going. It just seemed to be moving slow. It starts off where it's an hour-long show, and Halle Berry's in it, and it kind of goes, okay, she's on this mission, and there's a lot of Lost-esque type of stuff going on. Like, you don't exactly know maybe it's not really Lost-esque, but it's just a lot of confusion. Like, you don't, not really going. But I like the part about it being futuristic. It's like in space, and it's almost like the Jetsons, all the gadgets and the cool stuff. That part, that part about it's cool. I'll give you that. But it's just the story. It's like, okay, well, the whole thing about the show is she went on this mission and for 13 months, and she gets back, and she's pregnant, and she doesn't. I left off to the point where I don't think she'd gotten to tell. She's married, by the way, but her husband wasn't with her on this mission. But up to the point I watched, she hadn't told her husband that she was pregnant. I don't know if she ever did or not. And I think they have a son together, and maybe it just needed more.
He's a
maybe
robot
the story.
Too, by the way, did you know the son's a robot too?
Yes, I did. Yeah, sure, right. I forgot about that. But you know what I'm talking about it now, and the more I'm talking about it, it sounds like I should give it another shot.
Thank you.
I may have to. Yeah, I think this is one of those shows. I always talk about. I was on one of these shows I talked about, well, maybe it'd be better to have a show go week to week. But this is one of those shows that maybe it would work better for me if it was all together and you just watch them all in one one time, as opposed to doing them, week to week.
Yeah.
Because I did lose interest and I stopped watching it because of that.
This is why I like that Netflix model. This is why I was getting to. This is why I say no, because Game of Thrones, if I could watch it, all at once, I think I would be in. Like me, I think Game of Thrones is slow. To me, it is.
It is slow. Yeah,
Just like this.
It always starts off slow. Game of Thrones always starts off slow, but it always finishes big.
It always finishes big. So I have to wait to the end. So why? I mean, it's like, okay, I was about to lose interest in probably the middle.
Right.
But I said, no, I'm going to stick with it. So I had to force myself to stick with it because I saw it, I don't know if anybody listened to the other podcast, but I saw all the other ones all at once. I watched them back to back to back, and I was like, oh my God, this is great. And then I get we're watching with everyone else, and I'm going, okay, well, I guess I could be watching something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll continue with it. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, season 1 is all out there. Okay, I guess you should start from the beginning, I guess, from season 1. Season 2 are going week to week. So it's every Sunday they put a new one out.
If I make it that far.
Okay.
That being said, I am looking for a new show to watch because I think I'm all I'm all caught up for the most part. Although there's one on this list I just started watching, but that's also week to week. But I'm going to have to follow your advice on one of these first 3 shows you mentioned.
Yes.
So far are kind of on my if list, maybe list.
Okay. Now, have you seen Under the Dome?
It's so funny. I have, and this is one show I can tell you I did not like. I watched the first. I tell you, to me, it's shocking that this show has made it 3 seasons.
Say 3.
This show, when it first came out, I thought it was neat. It's like this town, something happens, and what happens? A storm or something happens. There's a little town. Somehow a dome appears over this little town, and no one in this town. It's like a bubble. No one can get out of this little bubble. They're all stuck, and that was basically the whole. Which is fine. That's great. But to me, dude, I'm telling you, the writing was so weak. It ruined it. It just ruined it. I mean, was this a Stephen King?
Yes, this was a Stephen King.
Okay,
book, yeah.
See, Stephen King. I tell you what, Stephen King books. I have yet to see a Stephen King film or TV show that has just been decent. There's exceptions, like Pet Sematary. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
But it just seems like any Stephen King story that's been made into a movie or TV show just falls flat. And I tell you, this is so much of an example of that. I didn't watch season 2. I don't plan on watching season 3. It only took me maybe 1 or 2 episodes to realize of the first season, this show is not for me. And I tell you, Brandon, I don't know. I did not like the show, and I can't recommend it.
You have so much hate for the show. See,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. If people like shows, God bless them. That's great. That's what TV's for, to enjoy it. This one is just not for me.
See, I liked it. I liked that show. I don't know, because I could not wait for season 3, only because, when I saw it on not HBO, but when I saw it on Amazon, I know it's week to week, and I know I could watch it on Monday, just like everybody else on CBS. But I watch it without the commercials because I like without the commercials. So I'll wait until Friday, which the new episode is out.
And where's it out at? You said
it's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Week to week, the new episodes.
But it comes out on Friday on Amazon. But the show I think is on Monday on CBS. I'm not sure what day is on CBS because of course I don't turn on my TV unless it's to stream something. But when I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, very interesting. I had the opposite effect of Scott. Oh, okay, what could this be about, right? Okay, fine, I'll watch it. And I watched it, and after I got to the end of the first season, I kind of enjoyed it. Because the first season, I just saw it once, okay? I didn't see it week to week like everyone else, okay? Like, I saw it at once. I was like, oh, this is interesting. But second season, I saw week to week. And I thought, okay, this is pretty good. And now I'm into the 3rd season because I really wanted to know what was going to happen because of how it ended. So I'm into the 3rd season, and I'm kind of enjoying it. I see your point of the writing is weak, but
it is. But you know what, though?
I can watch it.
I have yet to hear you give any show a bad review. I think to me, it seems like you watch a show and you like it.
I like a lot of shows. You're right.
You do like because a lot of shows.
you know what? I go into it open mind.
If there's a show I'm watching, if I can't get into it, the first 3 shows you mentioned, I stop.
Yeah.
I don't give it any more time. But you'll see it through. By the end of it, whether it was good or bad, you like, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I just think it's interesting.
See, I don't walk out of a movie. Because you never know. Okay, like, for instance, okay, it might be terrible in the very beginning, but it might end, like, wonderful. Imagine if we stopped at Game of Thrones in the middle. We would never know what the big ending was, right? We would say, oh, this is crap, and done, you know?
Yeah, Game of Thrones, one of those shows, the guy at work had met, and the first season had ended, and I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about it. And a guy at work had told me, if you're going to watch a show, please listen, you got to see it through. You know, you got to keep going, and it's going to be a jaw dropper when you get to it. So you really got to see it through. And I watched the first couple episodes of you know, and you know what? I think right away I was intrigued because the very first episode of Game of Thrones starts off pretty intense. And I don't know if you remember, the scene is where this guy's in the forest and those snow people come walking by, and I think there's blood involved. And so automatically, I was pretty interested. But even still, like Game of Thrones, it starts off slow. But again, in the part where Ned, what's his name? Ned Stark.
Yeah.
The big to do with him. That was again jaw dropping. And ever since that, I'm hooked. I think pretty much the rest of America got hooked after that too. But that's how I had started doing the Game of Thrones thing, because someone had recommended. They told me, listen, you got to see this through because you won't be sorry. And then and I remember even up to that point, the show had been, I don't know if it was a surprise hit.
Yeah,
and I know I'm sidetracking the conversation. I apologize, but
that's good.
My point is, when they did the first season, they took a long time between the first and second season. So I remember I watched the entire first season there, and it just took forever for the second one to come out. But anyways, I'm sorry. Continue.
No. Go ahead, man. What did you say? You gotta say.
No, that was it. That was my Game of Thrones.
Because I got hooked. And I think I said it like maybe two episodes ago, 2 or 3, about where the Starks were in that, and I think the Guild, I can't remember, it starts with G. Anyway, where they're having the dinner and they're getting married, and all of a sudden it's a slaughter fest.
The Red Wedding.
Yes. That was where I said, oh my God, this is awesome. I mean, because this was not many shows do this. And this is where they slaughter every star in the entire, everyone that you've watched, you think that, because they never kill off.
Sometimes on this show, in my opinion, they take it to the extreme and they go too far. And I think they do that because they realize that the hottest show, and they literally can do anything they want to do. And there was an episode last season. By this point, Game of Thrones has ended, and if you haven't seen it, then you can either fast forward through this or pause it until you watch it again, because I'm going to kind of give away a part of the
we'll put a spoiler alert. Okay.
Well, yes, spoiler alert. Game of Thrones last season. If you haven't watched it,
everyone should know that this show is spoiler alert.
Right. But there was an episode. There was an episode last season where they had killed brutally murdered. Oh, I shouldn't say murdered, but brutally killed a young girl. A young girl, burnt her at the stake.
Yes.
Now, listen, if you're going to kill the character off, they kill the character off, but they had stayed on the character the entire time she was burning at the stake, and she's crying, mommy and daddy, saying, don't let this happen to me. The mom is like going brutally nuts. The father's just sitting there like, oh, let her burn, who cares? But but they showed the look on her face, and the fire's rising, and it was absolutely brutal. If you're gonna kill a character like that, why does it have to be so intense? You don't need that. I think whatever. Maybe because I'm a parent. I
took that. Now, okay, I'm not a parent. See, but I understand it because I was like, wow, the weird part for me is Sansa Stark. That whole thing at the very end after she gets married. And when he made her watch.
Yeah, that was weird.
That part, and that's where I refer to as weird, because at that, I was like, okay,
Yeah, well, he was trying to kind of
He was. I know what he was doing.
He wanted to be in power. He wanted to let her, he's just a dick. He's like Joffrey. He's like another Joffrey,
Yeah. I wish somebody would kill his ass off.
I'm sure but you know what? It seems like the bad guys on this show, the evil people, last 20 seasons, and the good people die after 2 episodes.
Yeah, I know.
So that's another thing that bothers me, is the bad people always survive or they last longer.
Yeah.
But I guess that being the case, the show wouldn't be as interesting.
That's true.
Interesting.
That's true.
So, but,
Yeah. People always
anyways,
be a bad
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. We're back on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But so under the dome, I
thumbs
really
down.
like,
Don't waste your time. Terrible show.
Yeah, I say it's okay. I'd say watch it, give it a chance.
No, I don't agree.
That's what I say. Yeah, give it a chance. So my last one is what we said last week that we would watch was Catastrophe.
Yeah. Catastrophe.
Yes. And we both said it was an Amazon show and it was new, and that
It actually it's a new show on Amazon, but it actually appeared on the BBC in England earlier in the year, but it just now came to the States.
It comes to the States, yeah. It's not a really new show, but it's a new show to us.
It's new to America, yeah.
Yes. So I enjoyed it.
I tell you what, this is one of the best shows I have seen in a long time. I loved it so much that I was pissed off because it's only 6 episodes.
I know.
Long.
It's like, what the hell?
You can't. I mean, it's hilarious. I don't know that it's realistic, but who gives a shit? Because it's funny. It's so funny.
It is.
I mean, the relationship. So there's this guy's on a business trip in London, England, and Molly's there. He meets this girl, and they have a one-night stand, and they just, he gets her pregnant, he gets this girl pregnant, and life is grand, and he decides that he's going to stick around and be a father to this baby. It's really, really funny.
Really fun. And the culture difference between the two, America,
Yep.
And it's like, he's trying. I mean, I got to give it to him. He was trying.
Yep.
But I thought it was a well-written show. Once again,
it was.
writing
was
beautiful. But,
I know.
But that's how England does their stuff. They only do it like in 6. I think they do it very short, and they end it, and then they continue on, and then they end it again. You know what I mean?
Not only that, but they don't last. Like, what's the one? Like, even The Office only lasted 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The English version of The Office, not the American version of The Office. The English version of The Office only lasted 2 seasons. There's a lot. You're right. A lot of shows like that in England, they don't carry on. They just kind of, this is the story and it's done, and they move on to something else.
They move on to something else. Yeah, they don't do like what we do, like over here is where we do 13 episodes and then we beat a dead horse all the time.
Yeah.
But
this is great. I hope that they rush. I shouldn't say they rush, but I hope they come up with a second season soon, and I hope it's longer than 6 episodes.
I hope so too.
Man, I just thought it was really good. This is one of those shows I would recommend to anyone.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not depressing. It's not sad. This is something, if you've had a bad day, you just want to have a good time. You want to take out your brain and just brainless fun. And it's not Jim Carrey stupid. It's fun. It's just a fun show to watch, and it's enjoyable. So, it's an older couple, but if that means anything to anyone, so I know teenagers would like it. But if you like to laugh, then it's a good show to watch.
Yeah. Now I see on your show that you have Mr. Robot. So now, what's that about? Because I've seen bits of like previews of it, and stuff like that, but I've never actually watched it.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of this because it's about technology. It's the series follows the main character's name is Elliot. He's a young cybersecurity engineer living in New York who assumes the role of a vigilante hacker by night. He meets a mysterious social anarchist known as Mr. Robot, who recruits Elliot to join his team of hackers. Elliot, who has a social anxiety disorder, connects to people by hacking them. He's intrigued but uncertain he wants to be a part of the group. The show follows Mr. Robot's attempt to engage Elliot in his mission to destroy the corporation Elliot is paid to protect. Compelled by his personal beliefs, Elliot struggles to resist the chance to take down the multinational CEOs that are running and ruining the world. It's a very good show. The one thing I don't know if I like about it is, what's that guy he's a character, he's an actor in the show. I can't think of his name, but I don't really care for him. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't ruin the show. It's a good show. Mr. Robot, it's on USA. I don't know what day it's on. Maybe Wednesday. I'm not really sure about that.
I wonder if it's on streaming where you can stream all the shows.
It is. It's on the app. That's how I watched it.
Okay.
The show just debuted, I think, maybe 3 weeks ago. But you could watch this even as maybe a month ago. As the first episode was out there. But it's on USA's app. If you download the USA app on your tablet or whatever, you find Android or anything. But I'm telling you, Brandon, you would really like the show a lot.
Okay, that's gonna be in the list actually. Now that I know that it's on the app, I wonder if I could just Chromecast it to my TV. I hope they have that support. Otherwise, I'll be watching on my phone.
You don't have a tablet? Let's try a tablet.
No, I have a tablet. I just when you hold it for a while and you're watching things and holding it for an hour,
you don't have a stand. You don't have a stand.
Yeah, but then I'm sitting there and then your back starts to hurt. So it's just like
sit down. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I just don't. Unless I lay down, I don't know. Maybe I'll use a tablet.
Well, whatever. However, you have to watch it. Check it out because it's a good show.
Now, you know what? I forgot another show. I forgot in the second season, which is called which I forgot in our show notes. It's called *Halt and Catching Fire*.
Halt and Catching. Why does that sound familiar?
It's on AMC. It's about people who just decide to start a tech company up to build computers, and he ends up coming from IBM, and then he goes to this company that just makes electronic stuff, and he turns them around, and some stuff happens. So I'm not going to tell you the stuff, but
is it any good?
I love it. I'm on the second season right now. I actually was hooked to it when the very end, when it got to the end, and it takes place in the past. I would like to say like 79. I want to say around the 80s, right around where the computer era started. Where the Macintosh, and there were many PCs out, and you didn't have Microsoft making the software at the time, but you had IBM, and then you had like Tanny, and then you had like all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's when it was around that time when that happened. But I enjoy *Halt and Catching Fire* only because it's kind of a tech show, but it's before the tech, so it's not science fiction.
I think I had heard about that. I think I had heard I saw promotion for the second season, but I had read that the first season kind of fell flat, and people had lost interest midway through. So I thought, well, I'm not going to waste my time.
People did. I can see how they did.
Yeah.
But it ends once again. It ends very big.
Okay.
So it's like one of those. It's one of those shows that start off probably okay, and it goes slow, and then all of a sudden just ends big. So,
well, out of all those shows, Brandon, only one. There's only one. Well, actually, two. Because the one I mentioned, Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
But out of all the shows you mentioned, there's only one that I like. So.
The one that you like, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you have bad taste. You just have bad taste.
You have bad taste. Yeah, probably. I probably do. Or I have patience.
Well, you're probably right about that, yeah. And you have a high tolerance for bad shows. That's what it is.
Yes, that's what it is. I have a high tolerance for bad shows. That's what we should call this podcast. High tolerance for bad shows.
Yeah.
That's our title. I was also going to ask you about Doctor Who. Doctor Who season's coming out. I mean, a new season's coming out. And I was wondering, now I know I talked to you a long time ago, not on this podcast, about Doctor Who and about you watching it. And yep. I know you stopped at a certain point, but I never got why you stopped at a certain point. It was too many episodes or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's one of those shows where it's just, there's so much to watch. I mean, if you're just an outsider, where the hell do you start at? I mean, there's just so many seasons. It started in the 70s. Where the hell do you start with that damn show?
Start at episode 1 of the new ones. You enjoyed the old ones.
There's just not enough time. I can't remember where I started. You had recommended at some point, and I started there, and it was okay, but I think I got in too late.
You got it too late.
Well, I mean, the episodes, the season I was watching, the effects were corny, they were dated, and the acting was kind of silly. I can see why people would watch it, but it would be better if I watched it when it was new, because I'm watching it now, and it just seemed a little too dated for me.
So okay. Let me ask you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, that's okay.
Okay, what part are you watching? The really old ones? Or you're watching the ones where
the newer ones you recommended. Yeah,
okay.
It may have been season 1 of whenever it started. I don't know. You don't
okay.
But you had recommended it to me.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I watched it, but I did watch it, and it wasn't bad. But you know what it was? I couldn't continue watching it. I did not like it. It was just too overwhelming, realizing that I was on season 1. I probably had how many seasons are there? 7 seasons, and they're long seasons.
There's more than that. I think there's 9. I think we're on 9 now.
That's what I mean. 9 seasons, and there's probably 20 episodes, but I don't have time for this. I just stopped.
See, now I watched it from the beginning. I started power watching. Now, I did it off the internet, when no one, there wasn't really any streaming going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I eventually stopped, and then I went to Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime had them on there, so I watched long time ago, when it was 2000. I think it was 2006. So I didn't see it again. I didn't see the second season, third season, fourth season, fifth season. No.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that until Amazon Prime, when I first got Amazon Prime. And they had them on there, and they were the first season, second season. They have them all there. No, they don't. They don't have them on there now. You have to go to Netflix to get them all. So if you want to see every single one, you can't. It used to be there, and I don't know what happened to them. Well, I should go find out what happened to them and tell you guys in the next episode. But you can't see it because I saw them, and I started going from. So I rewatched the first season on Amazon Prime, and then I went second, third, fourth. That's the only thing I watched on Amazon Prime. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then I got caught up. Even though the next season wasn't out yet, and you couldn't. We couldn't see it until BBC America came out. Okay. And when BBC America came out, that was when the very end of David Tennant, I think, and when Matt Smith took over, or a little bit maybe before then. And that's when I went, okay, now I can watch it with everyone else. Which,
that's when it's good. It's live, and
it's live because I power watched the whole thing. And I mean, that's what I did. And imagine power watching, I don't know, 7 seasons. So that's all I used it for. That was all I used Amazon Prime for was for Doctor Who. I like it only because of the fact that that's where I say the writing is good and quirky, but it's good in it always ends. It starts off weird, and it always gets put together in the end. And how they can just kill off a doctor and just start a whole nother show. I know if a lot of people have not seen Doctor Who, they probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but every time, there are all these different doctors, okay? All these different people, like David Tennant played, there was I can't remember, Christopher Eccles, I can't remember his first, he played the first Doctor. He was in the first season that you played. I mean, the first season you watched, the first season you watched. And then David Tennant, everybody knows him as Doctor Who because everybody's probably seen him. He played, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 episodes. And then, or 5 seasons, I think. And then it went to Matt Smith, okay, which then now he plays Doctor Who. And then now it's Peter Capaldi, I think. It's a new
guy every season.
It's a new one every season.
It's not the same guy.
You can't kill the Doctor. And if you kill him, he regenerates. It's a show I've never seen before, how they write. So that's why I liked. I don't know. I'm a Doctor Who fan. I mean, from episode probably 1.
Yeah, I can definitely see why someone would get into it or someone would like it. It's just for me, it was just too overwhelming.
Too overwhelming. Too much to watch, huh?
Didn't watch any of it.
I mean, that's
coming
true.
From the beginning to have to watch 9 seasons. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And you know what? I wish I could say you could start from this point, but I'm not even going to even say that because. You'll probably go, wait, what happened here? And how did it happen? I guess you could say you could start from a doctor. I mean, watch the David Tennant ones. They're awesome. You know, I mean, they're David. Even the Matt Smith ones are awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I would say don't do season 1 where you start it. I'd say start season 2 when David Tennant started. That's where I would say start. If you're going to start Doctor Who, everyone start it off there, and then you'll probably get interested, really interested.
Right.
So
Yep.
So that's really it about my show part. I know we talked about a lot.
What's in the news?
So what's in the news in my tech part? Well, let me say I don't have really much tech news. Like, for example, Facebook. I am not a fan of Facebook. I like Google Plus. I'm a Google Plus fan, but
so you're the guy. You're the guy who likes it.
Yeah. I'm probably the only one. The one thing I don't like about Facebook, and I'm not sure if I said this on a podcast previous or not, but I'll repeat it again in case you have not listened, is the fact that they don't. When you look at your Facebook and everything, you have and you look at your what is it called? Your news feed. They'll only give you like certain news feeds. So, like, let's say I post something, right? There may be a good chance a lot of people are not going to see that post, even if you scroll your news feed, unless they click on you or they're in your special friends. And even if they're in your special friends, they have to be in your special friends in order to come up like instantly. So there's a good chance that when I post my Tech Pop Boom, hey, this is my new episode of Tech Pop Boom, that half my friends are seeing it. So that sucks about Facebook. That's why I hate it. I would delete it, you guys, if all these people weren't on there, and I don't even use it often. You know, I go on there maybe to browse a little bit, and I might browse for maybe like 30 seconds a day, and then I click off of it. That's basically it. And I know a lot of people, you might post stuff, and I might not read it, but that's not really my fault. That's actually Facebook, because I would have it where it gives me the most recent ones all the time instead of giving me the top ones.
What is this update that Facebook just made?
Well, this update gives everyone control of that, of more control over your news feed, because before they controlled your news feed. Before they picked what you saw. Now you can pick what you see. And now it's starting to get enjoyable.
When does this go live?
I think it's going to go live. I think very soon. I don't give really a date.
Because it's not live as of now.
No, it's not live as of now. No, I could tell you that. But they don't really say when. But they said about your 200. Because right now you only see the 200 of your closest friends. I mean, so you don't see the algorithm only like picks.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for me to say. So I don't know when, but maybe I might start liking Facebook. But also, I also saw this article too, which I thought it was interesting. 10% decline in the Windows before the Windows launch of Windows 10. And that the PC industry is still dying, even though most people are going to tablets anyway. When is the last time you used your computer? I mean, use your desktop computer other than work. Today, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See?
Because a lot of people don't use really a desktop PC. They all use their tablets and their telephones to get their Facebook.
Yeah, I have a desktop. I have a laptop that I can't even tell you where it's at right now. I think I packed it away somewhere. I have a laptop that I don't use. I have a desktop that I do use, but it's old and it doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it needs to be updated. I have a couple tablets. I use my tablets pretty much for everything. My tablet and my phone. That's pretty much all I use.
Do you think when Windows 10s come out, you think you'll use it?
I will use it. I don't know that I'll download it because I think my wife will have a hard time with it. It's different than what I currently have. But I'd like to download it, because that computer needs something. Because right now it's just, it's old. It needs to be updated. It needs to be cleaned up and the old stuff taken out and the new stuff, loaded in.
Right.
It's old. It needs to be updated.
Now, the only time I use this PC that I use this is for our podcast.
Right.
So really, I'd use my telephone and my tablet and my Kindle Fire. Oh, I do have my Chromebook, but I don't consider that well, I guess you could consider that a PC. But I don't consider that a Windows. Yeah, I don't consider that a Windows PC. I consider that something different. But yeah. I was just looking at that article and I was like, well, yeah, of course the PC market has been declining since the iPhone came out. Since the iPhone came out, the PC market has been declining. I mean, why would you get a PC when everything can be handheld?
PCs are good for some. First of all, you need a desktop computer.
Yeah.
And the choices are you have basically a Macintosh, you have an Apple. But if you get an Apple desktop, it's going to cost you $2,000.
Right.
Or
easily.
You can go to a PC, and you can get one for $200. You know. Yeah. So choices are pretty obvious. And also, you need a desktop like for what we do at our work. You need spreadsheets and word processing and Outlook emails and just to do every day-to-day stuff.
You can do that on a tablet, though. You can do that on a tablet. Probably easier. Because it's more portable. You don't have to sit at one place. You can move around.
Exactly.
You can do it on the bathroom. Spreadsheets in the bathroom. But yeah, I think PCs are going to be the thing of the past. I think it's all going to go tablets. In just in my opinion, I don't know if.
Well, I think that you have to have desktops.
Okay.
I think if anything, technology just moves so damn fast.
Yes.
In a way they shoot themselves in the foot because they move so fast.
Yes.
People. I don't need a new computer. Every 6 months. I don't need one once a year. I have my computer. It's probably 5 years old. Granted, I probably should update it. Before now. But who has the money to spend a couple $100 on a new computer every couple of years? What do you do with the old one? You know what I mean? It's so people are going to need desktop computers. They just don't need as often as they're pushing them out.
No, it used to be at one time you had to upgrade every time a Windows came out, a new version of Windows.
Yep.
And now you really don't have to. That 5-year-old PC will run Windows 10 perfectly.
We'll see.
Yeah, and then that's my thought on Windows 10 or that PC launch thing. But
you know what I was going to ask you my next question?
Okay.
Who has the most profitable iOS app?
Wow. HBO does.
Really? You don't say. You don't say.
You don't say. I think it's that Game of Thrones thing that's going on. Yes. HBO has the most popular app on iOS. And you wonder why.
Yeah.
But you know what? I guess it worked for them.
Is that new HBO? Is the HBO service? Is that only available on Apple?
Yeah, so far, yes. Yes, it is. They're supposed to launch it on Android soon, but I think
it's not available.
Yeah, I don't think it's enabled on everything. I think I think it's going to go on the Android. I don't know when, but yeah, soon. I don't know. They're slow on that, but yes, it is the most profitable app. I almost fell out of my seat when I read that. I was like, oh wow, well, I guess the cord cutting thing works. I wish cable would have a la carte. Okay, and the reason I put this article on there
and Showtime is going to have an app. I don't know if they have it already, but they're going to have an app like HBO. I don't know what the price is going to be, but you can buy it for a month at a time. And
they're supposed to do that too. I hope they go to Android first instead of Apple, but we'll see.
No, I'm sure they'll go to Apple first.
It'll probably go to Apple first.
As you and I both know, Apple is superior.
Yeah. Right. That's where they make their money. But see, now I was thinking about why I put this article, because I was thinking about my Comcast service. Okay, and the reason why I wish that they did a la carte was because right now, I have 25 megabits a second, and I only have like 10 channels. Okay, and I pay like what? I think it's like $60 a month or something like that. Okay,
it's not bad.
So, yeah. 60 or so. I think it's $70. I think it's $70. Okay,
and how many channels do you have?
I only get 10.
Well, that's not a lot
10
of channels, dude.
And then 25. But I pay the basic. I don't pay the
Why
rate.
do you even pay for 10 channels? What's the
advantage? Because there's that package deal.
What do you have in your package?
Costs less. The package costs less than it would if I just got a standalone package of just the internet. So that's why I'm stuck with getting the package.
So what's in your package? You have the cable, the internet, and the phone?
No, I don't have a phone either. I don't have a phone. I just have the cable and the internet.
So that's your package, cable and internet?
Yeah, that's really it. But there's a cheaper one. Okay, so for $10 more than that, okay, this is what I would get. Okay, but for the same price, for the exact same price, I would be getting. Now this is only up for a year, but I would be getting 75 megabits a second, and I get 50 channels.
How much is that?
And for the same exact price I'm paying now.
Why don't you switch? Then that sounds like a no-brainer.
Well, yeah, but it's only for a year, so it'll probably go up after that.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But see, here's the thing: do I just want to pay? I would be getting double of everything, plus I get the channels I want. That's why I wish I could pick what I wanted, because I would be using my TV more if I could just say I want sci-fi, I want
Have you looked into Sling TV? Have you looked into Sling TV? You know what?
I'm going to look into that. You know, you said that like 2 podcasts ago.
I believe Apple announced some convention or something's going on. I think they said in September. I think they're supposed to announce the new iPhones. And this last time around, they're supposed to talk about the Apple TV. Now, I don't know that they're going to talk about that in September, but it'd be great if they did. But they're talking about a similar a la carte type service. I don't know what channels or anything. It hasn't been announced, but it'd be something to look out for.
Great. So I got to get an iPhone or get this like a la carte.
You would have to get an Apple product.
Forget that. I'll continue not watching
but
TV.
Check out Sling TV. I mean, it may be what you're looking for.
I'm gonna check that out. I now you just reminded me. You know what? Your iTunes Music. Now I know you downloaded that. What do you think about that?
This is my review of iTunes Music.
Okay.
If it's free, it's for me. iTunes, they just updated their music service, their music app, but maybe 2-3 weeks ago at this point, as of this recording. And it's clunky. It's buggy. Something like there's different options in the app. You have a connect option, which is like the version of, I guess, Facebook. Dude, it is utterly useless. Why can't they just get it in their head? Stay away from the social aspect. They had that stupid ping that didn't work, and they decided to try it again. Nobody's on it. Nobody's using it. From what I can tell, it's impossible to use. I mean, you can't even comment on it. I couldn't even tell you how to comment because it's not. You can't do it. I think they released it to Apple users first, so they can work out the bugs before they send it to the Android users. I hope they can fix the parts that are buggy, so they can make it better. But I mean, even though it's the bugs are there, it's free music. I mean, if you have a chance, if you have an Apple phone, and if you're eligible, if you haven't already done it, my God, download Apple. It's just an update. Just do the update and enjoy 3 months. Just go through the entire summer with free music. I mean, how can you say no to that? It's cool. It's got really cool playlists. The playlist Apple uses, like you can pick out your genre. I went to the rock genre, and they had some really cool tunes. I mean, like maybe 25 songs of bands I had never heard of, and I absolutely loved it. So that part was really cool. And it's kind of like Spotify, although I think Spotify, to me, is much easier to use. You basically take your old music app, which you have your entire music library, all your playlists, everything, and they combine that along with Apple Music. It's very confusing because you have like a button you can press for library or Apple Music. So and then you have to, it's just, I mean, actually you have to see it to know what I'm talking about. There has to be an easier way to get to your music. One of the things I didn't like is I had a lot of music that I just downloaded to my iPod, and then when I did the update, just about 90% of everything I downloaded was taken away. Now I can listen to it again on Apple Music, but I have like my own band. And then that went away. Now, I can always put it back on there. It's no big deal. But I thought that was stupid. Why the heck did they delete half of my library? At any rate, I think there are things they need to work on to make better. I don't know after 3 months if I would continue to pay $10 a month for this service. I really enjoyed Spotify. I don't know that I would continue with either one of them. I guess if I had a choice at this point, I couldn't tell you which one I would move forward with, because I had listen. I like Apple Music, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in 3 months.
Question: can you go and have everything stream over to your iTunes? For example, okay, I use Google Play. I can sit here and I can thumb up everything I want or I've listened to. Now I can go on the website. It could go on my Google Play on the website, and I could see everything I've listened to as if I was on my phone. Does it like sync together like that, or no?
You know what? I can't answer that question because since I've downloaded the iTunes Music app, I haven't gone to my desktop to even log on to iTunes.
Okay.
Because like we discussed earlier, I'm pretty practically on my iPad and my phone all the time, and there really isn't a reason for me to go to iTunes unless I'm plugging my iPod into it. Because I used to go through the cloud, but I plug it directly into my computer. That may change, but at any rate, the only time I really check out iTunes is when I plug my iPod into my computer. Otherwise, I don't really go there.
Okay. I guess that feature you would need. Like me, I like how Google Play, and that's what I use in my streaming service. The one I can go and I can listen to whatever I want to listen to. Let's say I find a CD. I'm like, oh, I like it, so I listen to it. So now it's in my recent list, or my recent listen to.
Recently played.
Okay. But I can go on the website and I can click on Google Play, and there it is, my recently played, exactly the way it is on my phone is exactly the way it is on the. So I go, okay, I can play this. I want to play this again, so I can play it again. I was just curious on if Apple had the same thing.
That is a good question, and I didn't even think to check out iTunes on my desktop to see if there's any type of
syncing or something.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
But I will do that. I'll have an answer for you by next show.
Okay. Cool. Okay. That's Scott's review.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's a short review. It's clunky. There's some bugs that need to be worked out. But I'm sure I'll get to them eventually. Because to me, this is almost, in a way, it's almost like a beta version, even though it's not beta. This isn't the version you're going to see when it finally comes to the Android platform.
Yeah, of course, because we would slaughter them.
Right. And yeah, I'm really kind of wanting to say that I would probably stick with Spotify just because the app is kind of confusing, but it's still pretty early. I mean, right now I'm just really loving the fact that it's free music. I love when I reading a music review or an album release. Like, for example, this next album I'm going to get ready to talk about. Actually, that's a bad example because that's not even on iTunes Music yet. Anyways, I love reading reviews about music, and then, I can just switch on over and listen to it right then and there. I don't have to go to the store. Like when we were kids, if you wanted to buy a record or listen to an album, you have to drive over to Harmony House, the mall, to pay practically $20 for a CD. You'd have to wait 2 weeks for the album to come out. I mean, now you can download it, go to a torrent website 2 weeks before its release date, you can listen to it. You can go to YouTube. There's so many, ways to listen to music now. It's so different. I just love that it's available. Anything is available. I mean, the entire AC/DC discography is available for streaming. It's insane. Because you could buy it, but even before iTunes Music, you couldn't, the band AC/DC, you couldn't stream any of their music, but now you can. Every single album, I mean, that in itself, I mean, come on, people. If you're a rock fan, you
like,
can listen to the entire AC/DC discography for free. If that's not worth a download, oh my God, AC fucking DC. Yes. Hell yes.
Man, you're a kid at a candy store. But yeah, remember how you had to go to a store like Best Buy or something to wait and get a CD, and then you had to go and listen to it? Yeah,
well, even before Best Buy, I mean, when I was a kid, there used to be a store called Peaches.
Okay.
That's when I was really young. But they're just dedicated record stores, album stores. Record Time, there was a independent store by my house. You go to the store, and I go there every week, and I get a pile of CDs. The stream, you download, you torrent. It's just different. It's instant. Kids nowadays, they don't realize that. You used to go to the store and you flip through the CD rack, and you just kind of one by one. That doesn't happen anymore. You have to go to the store and. You can't. There's no album. There's no record stores anymore. They're all gone. Yeah. Even Best Buy, if you're lucky, there's an aisle.
There's not even an aisle
of CDs. I was at a bookstore today. There's a Kiss. They had a DVD movie that I think it's called Kiss. Something to do with Kiss and Scooby Doo. It's a cartoon, but I thought my son would like it. So I was at Barnes and Noble. I was going to see if it was there. And I realized they didn't even have a DVD section. I think they have a few selected DVDs, but just when I say a few, I mean just a few, like under 10 different titles. And if there was a section for DVD movies, I didn't see it. But at any rate, it's just things change so drastically.
You don't see. It just occurred to me that you're right. There are no more.
You could basically just stop right there and repeat what you just said over and over again. Yeah. I'm right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right about that. I won't say that too often.
You should probably just title this episode, Scott. You're right.
Nah. I like the title before that you came up with.
I'm full of ideas.
Yeah. Full of ideas. But now what is your music? Since we're talking about music, what is your music?
The album of the week.
Yeah, the album of the week.
There is a guy. His name is Jason Isbell, Isbell. He is a southern rock kind of guy. He was in a band called the Drive-By Truckers at one time. The Drive-By Truckers are famous for having multiple different musicians in their band. They don't stick around. I don't know why they leave, but they leave. But he was a guitar player, singer, songwriter, guitar player in the Drive-By Truckers. He had a few songs in that band where, oh my God, absolutely outstanding. When he was in the band, his songs stuck out. And so he went solo. And the first couple albums he released, honestly, didn't really do anything for me. I think he's got, I want to say this is his either third or fourth album. The first couple, I personally didn't have any interest in. The last album he released was more acoustic. I think the songwriting it came around. He came back to the type of songwriting I was interested in when he was in the Drive-By Truckers, and I really like the last album. This new album, I tell you, it's so good. It's acoustic. A lot of it is acoustic. But there's some that's just big production. It's great. The album is called Something More Than Free. Jason Isbell, Something More Than Free. It's streaming. As of this recording, it's streaming for free on the NPR website. That's how I heard it. I don't believe it's available yet. But I mean, any fan of just Southern rock, or just I tell you what, just good songwriting. Sometimes it doesn't matter what the genre is. You just want to hear just a good song. There's a lot of bands that are just about flashing balls and look what I can do, and look how long my hair is, and look how nice and pretty I dress. It doesn't matter what you look like, or how you dance, or how big your boobs are. If you don't have a good song, it's meaningless. Who cares? And this is it's good songwriting. That's what I like about it. So that's my album of the week, Jason Isbell, Something More Than Free.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. It's all about the writing. And people don't think about the songwriter a lot.
Right.
I mean, they don't write. I mean, that's the most important part is the songwriter. Second most part of the music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I just thought about that, but basically, I don't have any music scores. I would.
What a shame!
Anyway, I don't. Yeah. But
what a shame!
You know what? I take that back.
We had so many emails asking for a good review of a
you know what?
movie score.
No, I would have a movie score, but I might do that next part. I did like Jurassic Park, the new Jurassic Park's movie score.
That was so. Oh, I don't know about the score, but the movie, the new Jurassic. What's it called? Jurassic World.
Yeah,
I've seen it. Did you see the movie? Did you watch the movie?
No, I've only heard the
score. Really think the movie is just. I'm not going to say better, but it's just as good as the original Jurassic Park movie.
Okay.
I think it's just as good.
Just as good. If
anyone likes Jurassic Park, don't walk, run to the theater to go see Jurassic World. At this point, everyone's seen it, but boy, that was a really good movie. I really enjoyed that.
Okay, I'll have to go see that. Okay. But you know what movie I just pre-ordered, by the way?
What?
Ex Machina. I pre-ordered that.
Did you really? That surprises me. I'm surprised that you did that.
After, I want to say, our last podcast, and I was giving the review, I realized how much that movie stands. I'm still thinking about that. That movie.
It's funny you say that because every time you talk about it, I feel the exact same way.
That ending of that movie.
It sinks in, and you just think about everything that happened, and it replays in your mind. And I would love to sit down and watch that. And actually, I'd love to sit down and watch it again with you. I would just love to sit down and watch it again in its entirety.
Yes.
Really, I really enjoyed that one. And you know what? That being said, it's another movie that I just genuinely, surprisingly, and I waited way too long to watch it. It was on my list. I don't know why I waited, but I did. But just a shockingly, unbelievably great movie that we talked about is Her.
Yeah.
What a great, and it's kind of similar, because it's a technology type of movie. Just a great movie.
Yeah, you are right.
Son of a bitch. That movie, Her, and Ex Machina, I think are really good movies.
I wish I saw Her at the movie theaters. This would have been... I'm glad I went to see Ex Machina at the movie. It is. I'm glad you forced me into it. I mean, you kind of said, "Let's go."
When I recommended it to you,
yes,
and you seemed hesitant. Like, it's funny. Whenever I mention a movie to you, you always seem hesitant to go to the show for some reason.
Yeah,
and then even after you saw it, it didn't seem like you were that interested in it. Like, you just didn't, one way or the other, you didn't love it. That's why I was surprised when you say you pre-ordered it.
I pre-ordered it. Yeah. It's not out yet. It's on digital, and I almost bought it on digital, and then I stopped myself and said, "You know what? No, I want the DVD. You know what? Yeah. I like to have the physical, so I can say, hey, here, absolutely. Borrow this movie. Here, you know what? Here, check this movie out. Here,
I think media needs to be like that. As much as I love streaming, I'm like you. I like to own something.
Yeah. I
mean, right, I guess that's the benefit of streaming is you don't have to buy it. You can just listen to it on the go.
Yeah.
But I like to hold it in my hands and then and bring it home and look through the lyric sheets.
I wish we could do digital. Like, I could say, here, Scott, let me see. You got your Google Play. You can borrow this movie. Like books used to do on Kindle. You can borrow it for like 2
music
weeks
you can. I mean, if you have a subscription to a music service, you can just say, hey, check out the new album by Jason Isbell. And it's only like, okay, cool, So you can do that if you have a subscription. But you
can't do that for movies.
Well, I mean, Netflix,
okay, Netflix, okay.
Well, no, you can. I mean, you can. Like, I have Roku, and on Roku there's an app, and I'm sure there's several apps like this, but this one is the Google Play, the Google Movie app?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, and they have new releases. These aren't like, it's not like Netflix, they don't have, any new releases. These are the new DVD releases, as far as I know, that are available right on this app, the Google Play app on Roku. So you could absolutely do that. If it's new on DVD, it'll be there.
I can share you Ex Machina, let's say.
Well, I don't know. No, I'm not saying you can share. What I'm saying is, it's like going to the video store and you rent a DVD. So it's something you can't share, but you can say, "Hey, check out this movie."
Oh yeah. Oh, of course,
that pay for it.
Of course, but you got to pay for it. See, that's the thing. That's why I want the physical DVD, is so I can say, you got to check this movie out here. I can do that.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can't do that with a digital copy.
No, you can't do that with digital.
Yeah, I wish there was a way. Even if you pay for a digital copy, I wish there was a way you could burn it to a DVD.
Yeah,
so that way you bought it, you own it, and I wish there was a way to do that. And I think it's stupid that they don't let you do that.
No.
You bought it, you paid for it. You should be able to do what you want to do with it.
Otherwise, I'd have that movie now. Because I would have bought it on digital. Because it's out on digital right at this moment.
Yeah.
I know this podcast, if you watch it, if you listen to this podcast, I don't know, a month from now, it's probably will be already out. But at the time that this podcast is out, no, it comes out next week. So, I am going to wait for it. But yes, I pre-ordered it. Thank you. I pre-ordered it and it's on its way. So, but that movie, yes, you're right. At the very beginning, I was like, "What is Scott? Let me go see." Okay, why is Scott letting me see? Okay, what the hell? At the beginning, I was like, "What the hell?" But then, as I got out of the movie theater, even now, I am sitting here going, "Wow, I cannot wait for the movie to get here to rewatch it." I almost want to pre-order it. I almost want to just buy it on digital and cancel my pre-order, but you get a digital copy with it, so what the hell?
No, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's good.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that I am getting that movie. So I was going to start the state of our podcast, and then we'll be all done, I guess. Okay. Scott's got something. Okay. Yeah. So the state of our podcast. So that's what I call it, is when we talk about our podcast or what we're doing. So I had the Google Plus part of our podcast. Our page. We had the Facebook page, of which I mostly post all the stories. Scott sometimes posts the stories, but I mostly post the podcast. Stuff that we might mention in our podcast. It's kind of like a longer
but not
version.
Just stories. It's not just stories we mention in our podcast. It's a lot that isn't mentioned.
Yeah,
in our
isn't.
podcast.
Yeah, it's more like if our podcast was every day. That's what that is. And so I was going to do the same thing with Google Plus, and I had a Google Plus group page, and I deleted it, and I made it just like the same way a like page, but they call it just a regular page of Google Plus. Now I know no one's on there. This is why I'm mentioning this now. Is the fact that I'm going to take that Google Plus and make it something different. Now, Google Plus on there will be like, I don't know, like text stories. Like, okay, I'll give an example. I'm looking up Google Plus right now. Let me look it up. And here we go. So I'm looking at it right now. So this is the type of stories I put on the Google Plus one that I didn't put on the Facebook one. Okay, for example, so Bernie Sanders says the cable bill is too damn high. Very true. I could get onto that. Okay, or is it okay to peek at your notifications on your first date? Let's say you're on a date and she's in the bathroom and her phone goes off and Google has their notifications on the top. Do you look at it or do you not?
You do.
So you do look.
Yeah, you go through her purse and you see how much money she's got on there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Of course, you go through it now.
So look at her phone or her picture.
Because stuff like that, stuff like not particularly tech, but particularly about tech, but it's like the social part of tech. So I'm going that way with the Google Plus version.
Right.
So for people who don't know or don't have a Google Plus page, you should get one. I mean, most Android people do have it. They just don't know they have it.
Right.
But you could download the app. I just want to give people to try to give Google Plus a chance. I mean, Facebook is okay, but there's a whole better world out there.
Yeah, it's there. Like I guess there doesn't need to be so many social networks out there. I mean, you got Twitter, you got Facebook. Call it a day.
Yeah, but I mean, you have the big three, right? You have AT&T. Let me see, T-Mobile and Verizon, right? On phone companies, right? Or, this is the big three of social media. I think that you have Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus. And I just I'm just a fan of Google Plus and wish that people used it more. That's all. That's why I'm doing that. So it's a more different. It'll be a different part of Tech Pop Boom. Either though Facebook, I'll still post to it like I still like crazy, but I just am doing the other part of technology. You know, kind of like Black Mirror. The dark side of technology. I'm doing the social part of technology right here.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's really it.
Speaking of Black Mirror, did you ever watch the Christmas episode?
No, I'm going to have to find that. Is there any way I can... Where did you get it?
I sent you that link.
Oh, that's right. You did send me a link. Okay, because I wish I wish Netflix would add the Christmas one. So
I wish they would, too. It's very good.
Very good. So, who's in it? John Hamm is in it?
John Hamm is in it. Yep.
Okay. I have to. I'm definitely okay. I'm gonna look for your link. That's really it about the podcast. I mean,
cool.
The state of our. I just wanted to say I'm gonna change the way Google Plus is. So go look at the Google Plus one too instead of the Facebook one or the website's about the podcast. The website's there too. So I know Scott said that all at the beginning, so I'm not gonna repeat it. I will see you guys
the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode, because we never know when we'll do it. We always try to do it every 2 weeks, but if things happen, we do it the next week after that or the next week after that. So
yeah, we had the 4th of July, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Otherwise, we would have had something going.
Yeah, we'd have had one last week. So we did one this week, and then we tried to do it 2 weeks only because of the fact that we don't want to overwhelm or have like nothing.
Well,
really
the truth is, it's hard. It's hard to get together and do this.
Yeah, it's really hard to do this. Yeah,
I got a youngin' and a lot going on my end.
Yeah, and
but
for me,
it's hard to do it.
For me, I like the fact that I bundle my stories and then tell you guys 2 weeks later.
There you go.
So that's what I like. So okay.
But anyway, thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Peace, everyone.